Trench coats are the best transitional piece to add to your wardrobe, and today I will be reviewing one of COS's 2022 trench coats. Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome to another video. So today I am bringing you a review of the COS 2022 trench coat. Now, if you browse through their website, you will find several different styles and also fabrics. You have from corduroy to cotton, long line and short. For me, being 5'7", I wanted something that is long line because we have now officially entered autumn, and I definitely want a trench coat that will keep me nice and warm and also protect me from the weather. There is a reason why you always find trench coats coming back every single year. It's just because it's one of those pieces that never goes out of style. And if you find the right style for you, for sure you're going to have this in your wardrobe for years and years to come. Now, before we get into the video, if you like videos such as this, I would absolutely love for you to hit that subscribe button and the bell notification so you get notified every time I upload a new video, which is every single Friday. And sometimes I do have a bonus video on a Wednesday. So if you like videos such as this, fashion content and beauty here and there, I would absolutely love for you to consider subscribing and coming back for my next video. So the trench coat that we're going to talk about today is this one right here. It's called the regular fit twill trench coat. It comes in two available shades, beige and black. It retails for 150 pounds and it's made of 97% cotton and 3% elastane, and the lining of the trench coat is also 100% cotton. Now, it's single-breasted. It does have a belt, and one of the details that I really love on this trench coat is that it has this little double belt over here which keeps the belt itself secure on the belt hoops, which I think it's genius. One of the details that I also love is this. I find that this is very traditional. Many trench coats have this, and it makes a trench coat look a lot more elevated, more expensive looking. And it also has a vent at the back with a button. Now, I usually love trench coats that have the more traditional look with the lapels looking slightly bigger, but I thought I would try something different because when it gets cold here in London, I find that the traditional ones, because they're quite open over here, obviously I know that you can fold them, they never really look how I like them to look. And I feel like this one, because it already closes all the way up here, it's going to protect me a lot more from the cold. I also like the placement of the pockets. It's on the side and you just slide your hand right in, whereas the traditional trench coat that they have in the same tone in store has the placements in a completely different way. It's more like putting your hands at the top rather than on the side, and I always find that putting it on the side is a lot more flattering. If I was to compare this trench coat to an old one that I had from H&M a couple of years ago, this one is a lot heavier. Like, my arm is literally hurting me right now from holding it up like this. It is quite substantial, which shows it's going to protect you a lot more from the weather, and it also feels like it's going to be one of those that is water repellent. It's something that you definitely want to have. Now, when it comes to the lining on the inside, as you can see, it's only lined on the sides and at the top, but the back part of the trench coat is not lined at all. If this is something that kind of like bothers you, then maybe this is not the trench coat to go for. For me, I think it's perfectly fine. Sometimes the lining actually stops the trench coat from having that natural movement, in my opinion, and that can happen also with coats. It also has an inside pocket, which is a great addition because I tend to sometimes put my phone in my inside pockets from my blazers, and I love that the trench coat has that as well. So sizing is super important. This particular trench coat has a regular fit, so I stayed true to my size. I am a size 40. I know that the 38 would have fitted me, but it would lose that kind of like effortless, almost oversized type of style that I like. So I stayed true to my particular size. So if you are worried about what fit would be best for you, stay true to your size because I find that these are not oversized. They're just a nice fit. So as mentioned, this trench coat is single-breasted and the buttons are almost like a tortoiseshell button, so they have a really lovely tone to them. And if you decide to completely close a trench coat, they become concealed, so you don't see the buttons. And I really love that, because sometimes buttons can be an added accessory to your outfit, and if they are visible, sometimes they can become a little bit too much, especially a coat like this or a trench coat where you have so many buttons. I like the fact that when you close it, only the top one shows, but every other single button here or every other button is completely concealed. The style of this trench coat for me is an elevated version of the traditional trench coat where the lapels are a little bit bigger. I find that that one is amazing, don't get me wrong, and I love it. But I find that this one looks a little bit more elevated and more dressy. And I think it's because it closes all the way up here, and also the collar is a lot shorter. So it looks a little bit more dressy in my opinion. I also really like the fit. It's not oversized at all. It feels quite tailored and it gives me enough space. Although I went true to my size, or I stayed true to my size, it still allows me enough room to wear something else underneath. So for example, I could wear a blazer, I could wear a thick jumper underneath, because it's quite generous in size. Although not being oversized at all, it just gives you enough room and versatility to layer other things underneath. Now, do I think that this is a good purchase at the price point of £150? If you were holding this particular item right now, you would understand why it's priced that high. And to be honest, it's not that high compared to a Burberry trench coat, or maybe going to another store like Reese buying a trench coat. It's probably going to cost you double the amount, if not more, because there's a lot of fabric here. And the detail on this trench coat is very nice, especially the back part, which is one of the things that actually sold me. I love the detail over here on the belt where it secures the belt on the hoops, which is amazing. I really love this kind of almost Inspector Gadget type of style of trench coat. I believe his had lapels. I think he always had the same one. Every time I see a trench coat, I always think about Inspector Gadget because he wore them so well. So overall, I do think that this was a great purchase and addition to my wardrobe. I will be wearing this a ton. I know this week the weather is going to be crazy, so I know this is going to be my go-to outerwear for this week. And I'm really happy that I've added this new purchase to my wardrobe. So we've reached the end of today's video. I do hope that you've enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure to give this video a good thumbs up, because it really helps my small channel reach a lot more people. Let me know in the comments below if you've enjoyed this video, of course, if you have the same trench coat, if you have any trench coat at all, and how do you like to style it. Interact with me in the comment section, because I love reading your messages. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you on my next one.